What is up, guys? How's it going today? My name is SarahTube, and today we're bringing you a video on how to determine if an item is going to crash in price. This is a really helpful tip if you're a beginner flipper, or really, it's really more helpful for the experienced flippers because they're going to be flipping big items, and I don't want to waste any more time, so let's just get right to the video. This is first and foremost the easiest way to tell if an item is crashing, and it's going to be a little bit hard to explain, so just bear with me here. So imagine you're flipping an item, so we'll say blood runes, for example, and you go to find the margin, and you put a buy offer in at the low margin, of course. As you can see, 212, 215. So imagine that this offer right now is going to be for 212 coins. But instead, to show you how you can tell if an item is crashing, I'm just going to do an example. So the best way to tell if an item is crashing is if you list it for the low price, which for blood runes is 212, currently at least. If you list it for that and it instantly buys and looks something like this, just immediately fills out, that's how you know that this is a problem. If an item buys out insanely fast, like almost all of it instantly, and you put it at the low price, that is indicative of a crash. Now, if you see that happen, you want to get out as soon as you can. When you're reselling, sell for the price that you bought for to try to get out as soon as you can, because if you hold on to that for longer, you'll most likely lose money unless you plan on doing a more long-term flip. So here we are in GE Tracker. Now, this is a really helpful tool to tell if an item is going to crash in price or not. They've been having a couple problems today, so we won't be able to see the graph, but that's fine. We don't need it necessarily. So, for example here, if you go look at the buy-sell ratio, which is the buying quantity over the selling quantity, you can see that more people are selling the item than are buying the item. Now, this is important because if more people are selling than buying, price is going down since supply is too high and demand is not as high, so people are willing to sell for a lower price just to sell it off faster. So this is a really great way to tell if an item is crashing or not, because if this buy-sell ratio is red, it means you should probably not flip it and you should be careful, and if it's green, that means you should flip it, and there could be a lot of opportunity in the item. Now, you want to be careful though, because GE Tracker prices are like a little bit delayed or a little bit inaccurate in my opinion, so I think they're either like 10 minutes behind or something like that, unless it's freshly updated right in front of you. So you just want to be careful for that, because sometimes they do list old prices, so just be wary. By the way, GE Tracker should not be the only tool that helps you decide to flip an item or not, or guess price movement. You should check the margin in-game and see what the item is doing in-game, because that will help you out a little bit more. This is just like kind of a reassurance tool. You can use it to help you gauge which ways the price is going, but again, it is not completely accurate all the time, so just be careful. So you've made it this far in the video, and here's a really big pro tip that I have not seen any other flippers on YouTube mention, and it's talking about substitute items. So, for example, prayer potions and super restores do the same thing, kind of. Super restores restore your stats, but they will also restore your prayer. On top of that, prayer potions just restore your prayer. So, if you can actually look and see the price movement of these items, buying quantity is way lower than selling quantity for the prayer potions, leaving it at 0.68, and for the super restores, 2,195 are being bought and 2,562 are being sold, so the price movement is going down and the buy-sell ratio is 0.86. Now, super restores and prayer potions are a very similar item. They do serve a very similar purpose. So, really good pro tip is if a substitute of an item is going down in price, then it's likely that the substitute of the item, for example, in this case, the super restore, is also going down. And for these two, this is the case in both methods. We will check another item here in a second and see if this holds constant. I have pulled up another pair of substitute items here, the oak plank and the mahogany plank. Both are used to gain 99 construction. Oak planks are a little bit cheaper, but mahogany logs are faster, I believe. So they are used to train construction here, and they are substitutes for each other if you are going for a 99. So as you can see, the oak plank, the buy-sell ratio is plus 1.44, and the buy-sell ratio on the mahogany plank is 1.2. Both are going up in price, so as you can see, substitute items, when prices change, they generally follow each other on the same path of price movement, I guess. So keep that in mind, and this is a really good tip to predict the future movement of items. Also, keep in mind that, for example, using potions again, if the resources for a potion move up, the complementary resources to go along with it, so for prayer potions, I think it's like Ranarweed and Snapdragon. If one goes up in price, that doesn't always mean the other is going up in price. So just be careful of that. It can be like that, but it's not off. Like, it doesn't happen all the time. So those are called complement items. These are substitute items. So just make sure you know the difference and don't fall for that one. I don't know if I'm doing a great job of explaining this, so I might have to make a separate video for it. Hopefully you guys do understand. Put it in the comments if you do or if you don't, because I actually do need to know. If most people don't get this, I will make a separate video on determining price movement with substitute items. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you do want more content like this. If you want to join my clan chat in-game, reach me in-game, and talk with other flippers, beginner or experienced, just find me in the clan chat SiraTube. I'm in there a lot, and I'll definitely be able to help you out if you are curious about anything. So anyway, I'll see you all next time.